This mob farm is insane. It spawns thousands of mobs and gives tens of thousands of drops every hour. And here's how to build it in Minecraft Java Edition. Ideally, you want to build this farm over top of a body of water. If you build it over top of land, you're just going to have to spawn proof the area below to make sure that all the mobs spawning in the farm aren't slowed down by the mobs on the ground. The first thing you want to do is place down a block somewhere up in the air and then go 3 blocks in all directions off of that one block. Just like that. And then go ahead and fill in this square so you have a 7x7 floating square in the air. After you've got this, come to these blocks here and place down 6 double chests. Place 3 chests there and then 3 more chests in that direction. And then do that one more time like this. This is so you have a lot of storage for all the mob items to go into. You don't need this much storage, but with this farm and it being so efficient, I definitely recommend setting all of this up. Now place 3 hoppers on the back of those, 3 hoppers there, and then 3 hoppers there as well. Now on the back of these 3 hoppers, you're going to want to extend it out 2 more, so you have a 3x3 square of hoppers at the top here. Next, what you want to do is make a ring around these hoppers that we've placed down. I'm going to use glass because I like to see what's going on inside of the killing chamber, but you don't have to use glass. You can really use any solid block. As well, I'm not going to fill in the corners, but like I just mentioned, you can do it however you want. And you're going to want to take this up 6 blocks. Once you've got this drop chamber done, come on down to the bottom here, temporarily break some blocks, and place 9 campfires inside of here. Now you can manually kill them if you want to, but that's not going to work as well because we do have to AFK up in the air. So when you're doing this, I use campfires to have the mobs automatically killed, while the drops can still go into the hoppers and then into these chests. We're now going to build the platform that's going to push the mobs into our killing chamber. So the first thing you want to do is come to the top block on the middle and build out 7 blocks, 6, 7, and then do that again for all 4 sides. And if I didn't mention, this can be any type of block. It doesn't have to be smooth stone. It can even be dirt if you have a lot of that. So there you go. Now that I've got 7 blocks off of all 4 of the sides, what you want to do is connect the edges and then make a big square, leaving this 3x3 hole in the middle. So you should now have a big platform at the top of your chamber here. And as you can see, I also replaced this top layer of glass with solid blocks. This doesn't actually matter. I just did it because I think it looks nicer. Now what you want to do is go out 1 block, up 1 block, and then go out 2 like that. And then what you want to do is make another layer around this layer that we've done here at this height. Next, what you want to do is come to any one of the sides, go out 1 block, up 1 block, and then go ahead and make a rim around this platform. Now that you've got this, to prevent mobs from spawning up on top of here and slowing down the rates of the farm, you want to take 1 slab and place it on top of all of these. This can also be leaves, carpets, anything like that. I just like to use slabs. Once you've got all the slabs placed down and you have your platform looking like this, the final thing we have to do down here is place the water so the mobs get pushed towards the middle. So for this step, I do recommend you guys make an infinite water source because this is going to take quite a few buckets of water. There you go. Now what you want to do is come to all 4 of the corners, place 3 blocks like that, 2 blocks there, and 1 like that with a bucket of water in the corner. Now on every single one of these blocks across the wall, you also want to place down a bucket of water. And then repeat the same thing over here. So 3 blocks, 2, 1, a bucket of water, and then do that for all 4 corners. So once you're done building that, it should look like this, where you can see all of the water flows and then stops right at the edge before it flows into the center. Now if this isn't flowing properly, make sure that from here to here is 8 blocks long. We can now go ahead and get started on the first layer of the farm. So to do this, the first thing you want to do is come to the middle here and place down a block like that. Then build up 3 more blocks. Place an upward facing dispenser on top of that, and then you can go ahead and break those bottom 4 blocks. Now what you want to do is go 7 blocks in all directions outside of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then again do that for all 4 sides. There you go. And now once you have this, what you want to do is go 1 block in from the end and place down some blocks like that, 1 block in, and do that again all the way until you get to the end like this. And by the end of it, you should have kind of a star-shaped pattern. Okay, I lied. This doesn't really look like a star. I guess it's more of a circle. I don't really know what I would call this, but this is the shape that it should look like when you're done placing down the blocks. If you've done this second layer correctly, when you come down here, you should see that there's a 2-block gap of the blocks. As well, this top layer directly matches this bottom layer down here. You now want to go ahead and decide how many layers you want. For me, I'm going to do 10 layers, but you can do literally as many or as little as you want to. So as you can see, I have all 10 of my layers built. Again, you can do as many or as little layers as you want. The next thing you want to do is go to all of your layers and place 1 bucket of water inside of the dispensers like this. You don't want to place a bucket of water in the top dispenser though. This is just so we can get the redstone tick going down and then have it dispense all the buckets of water. You don't have to understand that. All you need to know is do not have a bucket of water in this top dispenser. So once you've got all of this built, the next thing we want to work on is the redstone clock so we can have the buckets of water dispensed throughout the whole farm. So the first thing you want to do is go to any one of the 4 corners, or the 4 sides, and place down a block on either side. You then want to place down a lever with 2 pieces of redstone like that, and a redstone comparator in front of the lever like this. You now want to take 1 redstone repeater and bring it all the way down to the end here. Place another block like that with 2 pieces of redstone, and then bring these repeaters all the way back over top of this dispenser, back to right there, just like that. Now on all of these repeaters, what you want to do is click them 3 times so they're at 4 ticks, and do that for every single one of these repeaters. And there you go. Now once you're done with all of this, what you want to do is click the lever, and I like to count to about 2 or 3 seconds. Let it go for a little bit, and this is so the water bucket stays out for a minute and actually has time to push the mobs over the edge. So as you can see, it's going to sit here for a second, and then it's going to retract the water. And like I just mentioned, that'll push the mobs over the edge. If you don't let the lever sit for a second and you just flick it quickly, the bucket might be picked up too fast and then the mobs won't fall over, slowing down the rate to the farm. Now it's time for the final part of the build. Now this next part might seem a little tedious. I know it is annoying to do. We're going to have to make a roof over top of the whole thing so the mobs can spawn during daytime and not just at nighttime. If you don't care about that and you just want to use the farm at night, that works. You don't need the roof. But most people want the farm working 24/7, so you're going to want to go ahead and follow this next step. I know it's a lot of work, but it is the last step to this farm, so make sure you stick in there. Really quickly though, if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. What you want to do is come to either one of these 2 sides where you didn't build the redstone clock, and then place a bottom slab and place 17 more for a total of 18 bottom slabs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then do that for all 4 sides. Making sure that when you do it, you start not where you extended the block, but where this is, if that makes sense. Now that you've got 18 blocks out in all 4 directions, you want to make the same pattern that we did here with this kind of staircase or diagonal pattern up here. So what you want to do is go 1 slab in and then make a row going all the way down to the end here. And then go 1 more block in and then do that and make a massive shape just like we had there, but with the slabs on the roof here. And there you go. Once you have your roof over top of the farm, coming down here, you can see all of these mobs starting to spawn. I just have to come a little ways away. You can see tons. I'm actually going to turn on night vision just so you can see this easier. But you saw how dark it was. All of these mobs are now spawning on all of your layers. You just have to come up here and, like I mentioned, flick this lever, leave it on for 2 or 3 seconds and flick it off. And then you're going to see that those water buckets are going to be dispensed, but they're going to stay out long enough to push all of the mobs off of the platform. So I actually could have left it on for a little bit longer. But you can see the majority of the mobs fall down. Look at this. From 10 seconds of the farm being on, we get tons of mobs coming through this farm. They all fall down the killing chamber on top of this campfire. Like I mentioned, you can kill these guys manually if you want to with a looting 3 sword to get better drops. But you're going to see they're all going to die to these campfires, and then the drops are going to go inside of these chests down here. Look at this. I've only had this farm on for like 30 seconds, and I already have tons of loot inside of these chests. One more thing I forgot to mention really quickly. You're going to want to place some slabs on top of all of these blocks up here, just to make sure that no mobs spawn here. They all spawn down inside of the farm. And then once you have all of these slabs placed down, the final thing we need to do is make our AFK platform. So for me, I'm at Y level 123. I'm going to go up like 50 to 60 blocks. The distance isn't super important for this farm. You just want to make sure that you're within your simulation distance so all of your layers are still loaded in. So for me, I'm going to go up to about 170, which is approximately 50 blocks into the air. So you can see I've gone ahead and actually got some scaffolding going up here to my AFK platform. You can also use ladders, an elytra, bubble elevator, anything like that, whatever you want. But as you're going to see from the recording on your screen right now, when I stand up at the top, all of the mobs down there are spawning, still being pushed into the campfires, and are being killed. That's going to be all for this insane mob XP farm. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Blazedmc out.